Bethany TV, for health. Bethany TV, for health.
Good evening, viewers. Thank you for tuning in right here at Bethany TV. It is so amazing to join you again. Livingston Waswa is my name. We are back with a series, of course, about infertility. This is something that we've been doing for quite some time now. And today we are back in the Bethany TV studios. And of course, there are a couple of things that have been, happening. We've been discussing a couple of them. And of course, today we are back with something else. And of course, we've been tackling infertility. The fact that it is something that has been running at Bethany Hospital. We've had a promotion of IVF. And of course, that comes with infertility. Yes, it is one of the treatments of infertility. So we've been doing a couple of series, a couple of areas, just to help you understand what infertility is and how best you can go around it to have a wonderful, happy family. Yeah, so infertility is a big problem today in society. And you can imagine about 1 over 6 have issues with infertility globally. And it is all over the place. Some of the causes that we've seen are things like hormonal imbalance, issues with a man, the infection that is on the rise all over the place. It is important that we know what is happening. But also today, would like to delve into another area, and that is your lifestyle and infertility. Very important that you know what is happening. Lifestyle is a big thing, quite big today, and it has affected our fertility in one way or another. Last time we were here and we discussed society and infertility. And of course, how society views infertility and how they are treating the people with infertility. And of course, we also looked at how best you can maneuver that so that you live a happy life, but also accept, your condition, because then you can find a way around it. Not so, Dr. Pili? Yes. So very important. So with me in studio today, I told you we're discussing lifestyle or your lifestyle and infertility. With me in studio is Dr. Pili Patrick, a gynecologist and also fertility specialist from Bethany Women and Family Hospital. Not so?
Yes.
Yes, good to see you. Thank you for joining us again. Yes, and we are so much interested in bringing such people. Why? Because they have the expertise just to make sure that we get to know about some of these. So you're welcome on the show, Dr. Pili.
Thank you, Livingston, for having me. It's an honor to get these few minutes to talk to society, to talk to the people outside there,
right,
and see how best we can turn lives around. So today, like you said, we want to talk about, we continue with our series.
Yeah, your lifestyle and infertility. Your lifestyle is a big thing, quite big, and there are a couple of lifestyles. Yes, when you mention lifestyle, it is quite huge. So we are interested in letting our viewers know about what this is. But before we get to that, if you could just do a recap of what we did last time about society and infertility, so the person watching for the very first time can connect the two. Very important. And then we can move on to this other topic.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you
Tell
again.
us briefly, please,
Yeah.
Very briefly.
Briefly, what we really discussed last time is that society views infertility as like a curse, as something which is not supposed to be discussed. But we said it is time to come out.
And you're not supposed to be infertile.
Yes, like it's
as
a
if
problem.
it is your own making.
Yes, we said these people are suffering. These people are in a cave. It is time to talk on their behalf, because now there is treatment. Now we can take care of these people, and therefore there is need for them to come out and seek fertility care. We have very many gynecologists in this country. We even have fertility hospitals. So it's time to stop dying in your own cocoon alone. Come out and we treat you. So basically,
so what is society doing about this? Are they literally just taking us down, or they are supporting?
We are saying society has been quite negative. Like
very negative.
Yes, when there is a couple that is infertile, you don't have a voice.
You ridicule them.
Yes. So we say it is time for society to embrace that infertility is here. It was here during times of Abraham. It is still here. It is time
Even Abraham was infertile.
He had challenges.
He had challenges.
Yes. So it's time to embrace it, and we accept these people that they are here. There could be your sister, your uncle, your brother, your cousin. You don't have to neglect them.
It's not a tag. You shouldn't tag it to someone.
Yes.
Yeah, it's
so
just a condition.
Today we want to continue.
Yeah, today we'd like to continue, and I'm glad you might be there watching. You're seated with your husband, with your wife, with the rest of the other people in your sitting room. Today we'd like to tackle the area of lifestyle. We have brothers, sisters, men and women that are caught up in very, very bad habits, and the way they're living their lives has actually contributed to the fact that they are not conceiving. So we are interested in this. Do you mind breaking down for us your lifestyle and infertility? So we get to know, and then we pick it up from there.
Thank you so much, Livingstone.
Yes.
Broadly speaking, growing up, we have always been told some lifestyles are bad and some lifestyles are good. And what is bad affects your general health.
That's true.
Including your fertility health.
Right.
So when we talk about lifestyle, we are meaning things you can modify. Ideally, what you eat, what you drink, what you smoke, your sexual life. All these things.
As in the way you live your life.
Yes.
Wow.
And the way you live your life has an impact on your fertility.
Really?
Yes. So
I'm all ears. I hope you're listening if you're watching us.
Most of us live life thinking, okay, when it is time for having children, I will go ahead and have children. We have so many people who, this is the wedding season, people are wedding, but they have been living a particular type of lifestyle.
That's true.
Which is now going to affect them. Now we are saying
and they
today.
have no idea.
Yes. We are saying today, let's try and see whether we can give you some information about the various lifestyles and their impact on your fertility. Yes.
Yeah, thank you so much. I think that is really very, very important. Very important that you pay attention to your lifestyle. It could lead to very adverse effects.
True.
In terms of struggling with conception. So very important. So, Dr. Pili, take us down to the lifestyles. Okay. We need to know which are these lifestyles that you're concerned about as a fertility specialist. Okay. That you think, because I know a couple of people, men and women, come to your office, your consultation room, and then they're battling with conception, they're struggling. So what are some of these lifestyles that you want us to pay attention to?
Okay.
Yeah.
Quickly, today I really want to talk about your sexual lifestyle.
Sexual lifestyle.
I want to talk about your nutrition.
Okay.
I want to talk about alcohol and smoking.
Alcohol and smoking.
I want to talk about psychological stress.
Psychological stress as well.
And then occupational hazards. These are
occupational hazards.
Yeah, these are things we interact with daily.
On a day
and to delve in straight away about sexual lifestyle. You know, most of us are having sexual partners more than one.
So you've started with the sexual lifestyle.
Yes.
Versus infertility.
Yes.
Good.
Yes.
You're listening.
I want to specifically bring this out. The number one cause of infertility we see in Bethany and globally is called tubal factor infertility, which is tubal blockage.
Wow.
Really. So the primary cause of tubal blockage is infection. And this infection they are basically STDs, sexually transmitted diseases. So precisely we are talking chlamydia, we are talking gonorrhea. Yes, yes. So how do these things come about? These are things as we engage in sexual activity, we think it is innocent because especially chlamydia, it doesn't make any alarm. You can get chlamydia and you don't even know that you have chlamydia.
And you're living with it.
You are living with it and you can transmit it to somebody. What happens is it goes and damages your tubes. It blocks the tubes, the impact of the damage. So once the tubes are blocked, the sperms and the eggs cannot meet, hence leading to infertility. So we are saying, as you engage in sexuality, as you engage in the sexual network, please.
So there's a problem going around very many spouses, partners, sexual partners.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because someone can be having chlamydia, which is the cause of the disease, and can transmit it to somebody
very easily.
Very easily.
Like that.
Yes. For you are saying, okay, let me just have this one night stand. And I don't think my wife is aware about it. I will just escape, and you are transmitting chlamydia back to home. Studies have shown that on average, by the time a lady settles down, she would have slept with maybe 4 to 8.
You're kidding me. 4 to 8 women?
Men.
Men, sorry.
Yes. A man,
my goodness.
By the time a man settles down,
a
man is even higher. A man would have slept with between 6 to 15.
6 to 15 women. By the time you get married.
Yes.
So am I in control of that, or it is automatic and research has it?
Research has it that people move around and sleep.
They go around sleeping around.
Yes, before they settle. So you can see the gravity of the problem.
I won't ask how many you've so far.
So it is a big problem.
So I hope you're watching. If you're a man out there and you're keeping the sexual network, this is what you're headed for.
Yes.
Infection.
Yes. So we see this young couple recently wedded. They are happy.
That's true.
1 month, 2 months, 3 months down the road, there is 0. They are not getting pregnant. They come, run tests, tubes are blocked.
Due to infection.
Due to infection.
Yeah.
So we are saying, please, if you can, try and abstain.
Abstain before you get married.
Yes.
Please do not engage sexually. In activity.
If that is really hard, use protection. We have protective means. At least these germs might not be able to pass through the protective devices. So that you know, I have a fertility future. Every time you are engaging in sexual activity with someone, tell yourself that I have a fertility future. Is this act right now going to jeopardize my fertility future?
So you either abstain, ladies and gentlemen watching, or you use protective measures.
Yes.
To make sure that your genitals are protected from infection.
Yes.
Good. Thank you so much. What is the other style that could be causing infertility?
So
you mentioned about nutrition and infertility.
Yes. So the other commonest problem we are seeing is hormonal imbalance. Most of you watching have heard of hormonal imbalance. The periods are jumping and women miss their periods. And
so we don't have to put them on a scale. to see if they are balancing or not.
No. So why
they just don't, you know?
Yes.
Okay.
The commonest cause of hormonal imbalance we see is polycystic ovarian syndrome.
Okay.
That is the name of the condition.
Yeah.
Now, this is a condition which is connected to the way you break down glucose, sugar
in the body.
In the body.
Right.
So when your body, you are putting on excess weight, the body develops resistance to a particular insulin, which is supposed to, a particular hormone, which is supposed to help you break down the sugars.
The sugars, yeah.
Now, when this hormone starts to accumulate, it goes up in the brain and affects the hormone responsible for you to release the eggs.
The eggs.
So you can now see that you are eating your junk very well. That it is nice. I should eat
junk food.
I'll always
over the fried food.
Yes. So you put on excess weight.
And then street foods as well, not so?
Yes, as long as it is piling your weight. Now this excess weight now goes back, affects your hormones, affects ovulation, the ability for you to release the eggs.
To release the eggs.
So we are saying,
for fertilization.
Yes.
Yeah.
And we see so many of these ladies coming that they are unable to conceive. When we trace back, we realize it is hormonal imbalance secondary to excess weight.
And they're busy slaying with these funny, you know, restaurants around.
Yes.
Buying all junk food.
Yes, it is fancy to be eating fries, you know. Gone are the
but
days.
But effects to it.
Yes, gone are the days we cherish local foods.
Roasted sweet potatoes.
Yes.
And now, roasted cassava.
Now if you go to a restaurant and say, I need local food is now fancy. But everywhere is, people want fries and
fast food.
Fast foods.
Yeah.
So we are burning our reproductive system. We are affecting the way we release these hormones.
Wow.
And therefore infertility is coming into the picture. So my advice is, let's go back to the basics. We always have.
And then do the green food rich in roughages.
Yes, vegetables.
You know,
I see Bethany TV is encouraging exercise, which is one of the good lifestyles. You go to the gym, the gym I go to, you might find you're only alone. But
you're alone in the gym.
Yes. You go to a restaurant. You go to a fast food restaurant, people are like,
you don't have
50.
space.
You have a line.
Everyone is grabbing a pizza, grabbing chips.
So in the fast food there is a line. In the gym there is no line. You are alone.
Even on the road when you go jogging, I usually do it. And then I look around and it is just me alone. And then I look at some very huge fellows walking comfortably and they're not even bothered. My goodness.
So that will affect your hormone.
Right.
And eventually you develop.
And then you know, you discussed on the side of a woman, but then what happens to the side of a man? Does it also affect your sperms in a way?
Exactly.
In terms of production of semen?
Exactly.
What happens?
We have seen that these bad nutritional habits create what in science we call reactive oxygen species. These are basically toxins.
Okay.
So these toxins go into your testicles.
Okay.
And they end up damaging the factory.
Wow.
Which produces the sperms. We are seeing young men of 28, 30 with zero.
As in no sperm at all?
No sperm at all.
That young age?
Yes.
My goodness.
So when you trace back, you realize they are, first of all, maybe obese. They have been living quite unhealthy lifestyle, and therefore this reactive oxygen species has caused damage to their sperm manufacturing system.
That's true.
Yes. And some of them actually, even the ladies, you tell them, go on a weight management program. They come back 6 months, 4 months down the road, they are pregnant.
And I remember back in the days when we still, you know, went to school, primary school, secondary school, we used to be very productive with sperms. I remember when we used to wet dream. Remember the wet dreams? You must have, you'd wet the entire bed.
Yes.
Yes. But today I think very many, not
Beans.
me.
Beans and
maybe another person, and then you're struggling with sperms. You don't have enough.
Beans and poso, the schools give us, we are really okay.
Right.
But in many of you and my families, beans and poso is something
Very
rarely
scarce.
Yes.
Yeah.
We say I ate beans and poso
because of school.
Because of school. Now I can afford. Why don't we eat fries?
Is it bad to eat posh and beans?
It is healthy.
It is very healthy.
You just said in school.
Feel free to have it on Christmas Day as
Please.
well.
I'm sure only 5%. 5% will have it.
5%.
Yes.
95% will be, you know, chicken, meat, muchomo, pork.
All those things.
Can you imagine? We're going to take a very short break, very short, and then come back to you with the rest of the other lifestyles, and then for you to know how is your lifestyle affecting your fertility. Very important. Do not go away. We still have a lot more for you. Thank you so much. Please.
Bethany TV for health. The Higher Life, the era of the world revolution, with Apostle Dr. David Kunawa and Pastor Rita Bella Kunawa of Rivers of Life Assembly International, Boston, Massachusetts, USA. Streaming every Tuesday from 8 p.m. to 9 p.m. East African Standard Time, with the incorruptible, incomparable, and revolutionizing life-transforming Word of God. Only on Bethany TV for health. Introducing Medical Minds with Dr. Andabati.
And these tubes can be so delicate that sometimes they get damaged. Some people have gotten the damage because they have undergone some operations. So damage to the tube system is one of the big problems we also do see.
The groundbreaking show that takes you behind the scenes of the medical minds.
You will explore cutting-edge treatment and technologies revolutionizing reproduction health.
Now, in retrograde ejaculation, we get damage to the junctional valves, which I could should say.
Learn about the science behind fertility, contraception, and emotional journeys that several women trek.
Every Sunday, 8 p.m., live on Bethany TV. Ladies and gentlemen, we are thrilled to introduce Bethany Santa Omugabi, who will be sharing wonderful goodies with you this Christmas season. Getting a chance to meet Bethany Santa Omugabi is easy. Just tune into Bethany TV and get to know our various programs and talented presenters. Bethany Santa Omugabi will make surprise appearances during our live programs and offer Christmas hampers filled with an assortment of goodies, including healthy food items. When you spot Bethany Santa Omugabi during any of our programs, be the first to call in and say, "Hello, Bethany Santa Omugabi. I am your Christmas date." He will then ask you a simple question about our programs and presenters. If you answer correctly, you instantly win a mega Christmas hamper. But that's not all. You can also respond on social media. The first 20 people to respond to each question on social media will be entered into a draw. And lucky winners will be picked and announced during Bethany Santa Live on Saturdays. Bethany Santa Omugabi, only on Bethany TV for health. Bethany TV for health.
Welcome back. Thank you again for keeping it here at Bethany TV. Thank you again. Yeah, we are still discussing your lifestyle and infertility. And I understand you could be there and you're struggling with conception. It is probably a year down the road, 6 months, 2 years. People go up to about 10 years and they're still struggling. Yeah, you need to reach out to a fertility specialist and get to know what is happening. Don't sit back. don't sit back, so you know what is happening and then you can address it. Yeah, as well you can follow us, by the way, on social media. Bethany, Twitter space, on X space, sorry, it is no longer Twitter, X space, YouTube, and the rest of the other forums, platforms of Bethany TV. We are there live just to make sure we reach out and connect with you. Yes, Dr. Pili,
Yes.
is in the studio with me. As I said, we are discussing your lifestyle and infertility. What are the other two
So
that could be, so that they are able to identify their lifestyles?
Yes.
Very important. We've
Yes.
already tackled sexual lifestyles,
And
but also
and
nutrition
touching
versus infertility.
Yes.
Yes.
So I also want to talk about alcohol and smoking, and use of drugs generally.
Shisha. There are people who smoke shisha.
Yes.
So I saw the police arresting some in eastern Uganda.
Yes. So that is the new form of smoking, and it cuts across. You see ladies. So it's fancy. They think gathering around having a Malwa setup of.
So the Marwa setup is ancient.
Yes. Yeah.
The new Marwa setup is shisha.
Yes.
Wow.
So everyone is.
I usually see it boiling,
Yes.
as in doesn't it burn their lips?
So exactly. Now imagine that the boiling smoke is what you are subjecting your reproductive system to.
My goodness.
Your eggs and your sperms.
They're being steamed.
Yes. Exactly.
Wow.
You are subjecting them to the smoke. Smoke has nicotine, it has tar. So as it is churning, as you are getting high,
Wow.
the eggs are also getting damaged. The sperms are getting damaged. So you go home or you get wedded, and down the road things are not working. You come, you run semen analysis.
You stem the sperms.
Yes. you do semen analysis. Instead of you having over 20 million,
Yeah.
we see 500,000.
So how many millions do you need to make a woman pregnant?
Ordinarily, you need above 20 million.
Above 20 million sperms.
Yes, per meal.
20 million.
Yes.
And someone is watching up. Is he watching us? They have 1 million.
Yes.
That one should not even dare.
So the smoking affects directly the production system of the eggs and the sperms. So my dear
Very
sisters and brothers, you might have a lifestyle which you enjoy.
So the shisha can as well affect the egg production.
Yes.
In a woman.
Because it has the elements, the smoke and all those things, which directly go and damage the...
So what do we do? Keep away from drugs.
Sometimes it is very hard to tell people to keep away. People who are
So what
actually...
do we do, Doc?
So my idea is, still, if you know you have a reproductive future, you know you want to have your own genetic children.
Material, yes.
Because we're having a challenge telling people, take donor eggs or take donor sperms. Because probably you are 25, 30, you have fried your sperms. Now we say, please, we are going to give you...
You no longer have.
It is difficult.
It is very difficult.
So if you know you have a reproductive future, you want to have a family, first focus and say, let me moderate my lifestyle. I have my family, and if I want to take this on in future...
By the way, I'm told you're able to store genetic material, your eggs and your sperms.
Yes.
Is that something you do at Bethany Women and Family Hospital?
Yes, we do it.
Wow.
So
you have a cryobank.
Later, I think myself or Dr. Underwood will talk about this, about the cryobanking, which is something which Bethany wants to engage in seriously for the well-being of society.
Right.
So what I am saying is, smoking is bad to your eggs. And now alcohol, you and me know when you are drunk, you might not even function.
Right.
You reach the bedroom and you are seeing
Things
stars.
are not happening.
Yes.
You're writing number 7 instead of number 1.
Yes, we are having men who come to the facility having what we call erectile dysfunction.
Right.
Like they cannot stand up.
They can't stand up.
Yes.
They can't write number 1.
It has failed. They have been drinking and drinking and
Wow.
drinking. And
For
now,
quite a while.
yes, things have failed. And now they are stressed, they again go back to drinking. So it leads to a marriage failure, it leads to a relationship failure, it leads to, yes, and absence of children.
Right.
So that is how smoking really affects, and alcohol affects. Still too much consumption of alcohol causes problems.
So in the interim, as you deal with your problem of smoking and alcoholism, you can store your genetic material so that you don't lose out. You're losing out on your health, but also on your genetic material.
Yes.
That you can do by reaching out to Dr. Pili. I think he sits at Bethany Women and Family Hospital in Entebbe, and you can support our viewers. Yes, the other lifestyle, in the interest of time.
Yes, so psychological stress, I had mentioned earlier
that one is on the rise.
Yes.
People are overly in depression.
We are just recovering from COVID.
I
know during COVID, we had so many people who are struggling financially, so there is psychological stress.
A lot of stress.
Yes. So now, when you have this stress, there is a stress hormone.
Right.
Now, when this stress hormone, cortisol, is overproduced, it affects because these things all come from the same mother, like the hormones come from the same mother agent.
They're produced from one area.
Yes, then they get broken down. So when the brain realizes that the system is not functioning well, that the stress is too much, then it starts to produce the stress hormones. Now when the stress hormones are too much, that means the production hormone line is not functioning very well.
Right.
We have seen people where you simply tell them, please go and relax, take a holiday, and then they come back pregnant.
Wow.
They have been trying 4, 5, but they are so stressed.
No wonder I see a couple of people going away for holiday and they come back puking.
Yes,
so
you go, you put your phones in flight mode, you are out of this world.
You are alone.
Yes, and the sperms are happy, the eggs are happy.
They get excited.
Yes, they get excited.
Wow.
And so stress is a big problem in society.
People are stressed due to financial reasons, work, you probably
medical
lost a job,
issues, yes.
Medical issues,
yes.
Someone has chucked you.
Yes. So these things are directly affecting your reproductive life. Even having intimacy with your partner when you're stressed is difficult. We have seen ladies have stress and the hormones are just not working. So we ask people that let's try to manage. You cannot avoid stress.
Yeah,
it is there.
It's all over the place.
Yes.
It's with us.
Yes. Let us manage the stress.
Even when you want to avoid it, someone will stress you, either unintended or intentionally. So
yes.
You just need to learn to manage yourself.
And once in a while, give yourself a holiday with your partner.
With your spouse.
Yes, when it is the two of you. Because these clan problems, you cannot finish them. They have been here, you found them here. You want to clear the clan problems. You can't. You might do your part and leave others to start from there.
So in the interest of time, what is the other problem?
Probably finally, I would want to talk about occupational hazard. So there was a time I saw a gentleman, he drove a Tata lorry for about 15 years.
15 years.
And then he now accumulated some small resources. He settled down. He came and we ran tests. The sperms were fried.
My goodness.
So we try to dig. We try to dig and find out
the history.
What is happening, what is your lifestyle, what are you doing, what occupation. We realize he has been driving for close to 15 to 20 years.
My goodness.
And you know, in a Fuso lorry, you are sitting on the engine.
And there is a way it vibrates and shakes you all the way. So it is heating up, shaking the material in there.
Yes, you are sitting on the engine. I'm not saying don't drive a Tata lorry, because this could be your...
How about taxi drivers?
Yes, it is the same thing. You are seated.
They are seated the entire day.
Yes, you are seated on the testicles. The heat is coming straight,
heating them up.
Yes,
it is like meat on a charcoal stove being roasted.
Yes. So eventually, when the sperms get produced, they get stored in some structure. When they are stored, we get necrosospermia. This is like the sperms which are dead. The factory is producing, but they end up being fried. So
Wow.
these people have to go into theater, and we have to get the other sperm from the factory.
Right.
People who are in the saunas, who go, it is fancy. Don't spend a lot of time in the steam, in the sauna, and cause people work in factories where there are pesticides.
And you see, even employers should be mindful. Yeah, what you expose your employers to.
Yes.
Yeah.
There are factories that produce pesticides that are harmful to our gametes. So we should have this information available to the employees, so that they take the information and make an informed decision.
And there are also people who work in areas that have very dangerous radiations.
Yes.
Not so.
Yes.
It affects women as well.
Yes.
Wow.
So all these things have an impact on the genetic makeup. And therefore, as we try to earn a living, because we do these things to earn a living, as we try to earn a living, if you have your 15 children, it's okay. Probably.
It is okay.
Hey, but if you are still a young man, a young Livingstone, you are trying to build, and you are on the Tata lorry for the last 20 years, you are working overtime, then you're
going to struggle conceiving, or making a woman pregnant.
Yes,
very tough.
That is just one of this,
and it's very painful to be childless. Not so.
The pain is more than that of cancer.
Our viewers just to make sure you really pay attention to some of these things. Why? Because they affect you in one or another. Yeah, your genetic material is your precious life.
Yes.
For continuation.
Yes.
So very, very important that you are mindful in a way. And if you'd like to know more of some of these things, if you're struggling with infertility and you've probably tried, a couple of other measures, you can come and visit our gynecologists and fertility specialists. Dr. Pili here. He doubles as a gyne, but also a fertility specialist. He can advise on a couple of other things. And understand you have actually a promo on IVF. Not so?
Yes.
Yes. For
we are
people,
running. Yes.
You're running till end of year.
Yeah, till end of year. People have said IVF is costly. As Bethany, we have said
been subsidized.
Yes. As Bethany, we've said, fine. We have listened because we really want you to have that child.
Wow.
And therefore we have...
You want to complete families.
Yes, we have lowered the prices to give the couples who are struggling the opportunity to come and have that missing link in their life. Wow. Trust me, staying in that house when there is no
without a child,
when there is no one making noise and breaking cups,
it can be boring. Tough. It is very tough.
So there is this window of opportunity which is still running until the end of the year. Please come and we engage
and we consult.
Yes.
Yeah, very important. So do not die in your own movie. These services are available. You don't have to go abroad. You can come to Bethany Women and Family Hospital and meet some of the specialists available to serve you. Who would be delighted to see you. Yes, thank you again, Dr. Pili, for gracing the show and being available to discuss with our viewers. This is the end of the show, and I wish you a very, very Merry Christmas.
Can I just say one thing?
Yes, please. Finally.
There is another show which brings the science behind the science.
Exactly.
Every Sunday, for those of you who are watching Bethany TV, there is another show called Medical Minds.
Medical Minds.
Yes.
It still addresses some of these issues.
Yes, it brings the science behind the science. It also airs again at, I think, 2 p.m. on Mondays.
On Mondays.
So I encourage you every Sunday, please join Dr. Andabati to dissect
some of the fertility issues.
Yes, so that we really want to help society. It is difficult to treat. Sometimes it is easier to prevent.
That's true.
Yes.
Wow, thank you again. We appreciate that as well. I understand you'll tune in whenever you can on Sundays and do a repeat on Monday at 2 p.m. with Dr. Andabati, a very senior consultant in fertility. Very, very important. Thank you again for watching Bethany TV. We end the show here. See you again next time. Have a very Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays to you all. God bless you and good evening. Bye-bye.
Introducing Medical Minds with Dr. Andabati.
And these tubes can be so delicate that sometimes they get damaged. Some people have gotten the damage because they have undergone some operations. So damage to the tube system is one of the big problems we also